His 10th Christmas since he became Pope, Pope Francis used his Christmas homily to speak out against human suffering, linking it to greed and consumption. The Pope's homily pointed to the consumerism that has transformed Christmas into a packaged feast and challenged Christians to rediscover the meaning of the birth of Christ while remembering those suffering from war and poverty. Listen in.
In his 10th Christmas homily, Pope Francis used the manger to explain the aspects of Christmas: closeness, poverty, and concreteness, while speaking out against commercialization of Christmas.
For while animals feed in their stalls, men and women in our world, in their hunger for wealth and power, consume even their neighbors, even their brothers and sisters. How many wars, and in how many places even today are human dignity and freedom treated with contempt. As always, the principal victims of this human greed are the weak and the vulnerable.
The Pope pointing out that humanity and love are the true purpose of Christmas.
In the manger of rejection and discomfort, Jesus makes himself present. He comes there, because that's where the problem of humanity is. The indifference produced by the greedy rush to possess and consume. There, in that manger, Christ is born, and there we discover his closeness to us. He comes there to a feeding trough, to become our food.
On the aspect of poverty, Pope Francis painted the humble surroundings in which Jesus was born, away from the comforts of life, surrounded only by love.
The poor poverty of the manger thus shows us where the true riches in life are to be found, not in money and power, but in relationships and persons. And the first person, the greatest wealth, is Jesus himself.
The Pope quoting Archbishop Oscar Romero's 1980 pastoral message to remind Christians of the true calling of the Church.
The Church supports and blesses efforts to change the structures of injustice and sets down but one condition: that social, economic, and political change truly benefit the poor.
In the final aspect of concreteness, the Pope reminded the world of the humble life that Jesus lived from manger to cross.
Jesus was born poor, lived poor, and died poor. He did not so much talk about poverty as live it to the very end for our sake. Consequently, Jesus is not satisfied with appearances. He who took on our flesh wants more than simply good intentions. He who was born in the manger demands a concrete faith made up of adoration and charity, not empty words and superficiality.
The Pope presided over the Christmas Eve Mass in St. Peter's Basilica. It was the first with a capacity crowd of about 7,000, following several years of restricted attendance because of COVID-19.
Moving on, President William Ruto today led national